Life sometimes leads us down paths we never expected to walk. There are moments when everything seems uncertain, when the plans we once trusted fall apart, and the direction we believed in suddenly disappears. A future that once felt stable may suddenly become unclear, leaving us standing at a crossroads we never planned to face. During these moments, it is easy to believe that something has gone wrong, that life has taken us away from where we were supposed to be. Yet for some people, these moments are not signs that they are lost. Instead, they are the quiet beginning of something deeper, a journey guided by a force greater than what we can see. There are individuals who move through life with the growing sense that their experiences carry a deeper meaning. These people often describe feeling different from those around them, not in a way that separates them from others, but in the way they perceive the events unfolding in their lives. While others may see random circumstances, they notice patterns. While others see setbacks, they begin to recognize hidden lessons. These individuals are often described as the chosen ones, not because they are better than anyone else, but because their path seems shaped by a unique series of events that gradually guide them toward a greater understanding of themselves and the world around them. Those often described as chosen ones tend to feel that their lives unfold differently from those around them. They notice signs that others overlook. A conversation may arrive at the perfect moment when they are searching for clarity. A piece of advice from a stranger may suddenly shift the direction of their thinking. Even moments of silence or reflection can bring insights that seem to appear from nowhere. These experiences may feel subtle at first, but over time they begin to form a pattern that becomes harder to ignore. Along this path, challenges often appear as well. Chosen ones frequently experience moments that push them beyond their comfort zones. Plans that once seemed certain may suddenly fall apart. Relationships may change in unexpected ways. Opportunities may appear only after periods of doubt and struggle. Yet through these experiences, something important begins to take shape. Each challenge strengthens their resilience. Each unexpected turn deepens their awareness. Slowly, they begin to understand that the difficulties they once questioned may have been guiding them towards something greater all along. Many people who eventually recognize this path look back on their lives and notice how certain events aligned at exactly the right moment. Opportunities appeared when they were ready to grow. Encounters with the right people happened when they needed encouragement or guidance the most. What once seemed like chaos slowly reveals a hidden structure. Piece by piece, the pattern becomes clearer, and they begin to realize that their journey has never been random. For those walking this path, divine guidance rarely arrives in dramatic ways. It is often quiet, subtle, and patient. It reveals itself through intuition, through moments of reflection, and through the lessons hidden inside everyday experiences. Over time, the chosen one learns to trust that these moments are not accidental. Instead, they are signs that something greater is shaping the direction of their life. If you have ever felt that your life has been guided by unusual coincidences, powerful intuition, or unexpected turning points, then you may already be walking this path of divine guidance. You may have sensed that certain moments in your life carried meaning far beyond what could be explained through logic alone. And if that feeling resonates with you, it may be because your journey is unfolding exactly as it was meant to. Before we continue, if this message resonates with you, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and subscribe to the channel for more messages meant for the chosen ones. Divine guidance rarely appears as a clear voice or an obvious instruction. It does not usually arrive in dramatic moments that leave no room for doubt. Instead, it often reveals itself through subtle signs that gradually become more noticeable over time. These signs are easy to overlook in the beginning because they tend to blend into the ordinary flow of daily life. Yet for those who are paying attention, certain experiences begin to stand out. What once seemed random slowly begins to feel meaningful, as though the events unfolding around them are connected in ways that are not immediately visible. Many chosen ones begin to recognize this guidance by noticing patterns forming throughout their lives. These patterns may not appear suddenly or all at once. Instead, they reveal themselves slowly through repeated experiences that occur at just the right moments. A piece of information may appear exactly when someone is searching for answers. A conversation may provide clarity at the precise time when confusion feels overwhelming. Opportunities sometimes arise in the very moment when a person begins to question their direction. At first, these events may feel like fortunate coincidences, but as they continue to occur, they begin to create a sense that something deeper may be influencing the path forward. These moments often carry a feeling that is difficult to explain. It may feel as though the timing is too precise to be accidental. For example, someone may spend days or even weeks searching for guidance about a decision, only to encounter the exact message they needed through a book, a conversation, or even a random video. In other cases, they may meet someone who unexpectedly offers advice that shifts their entire perspective. These experiences can feel almost perfectly timed, as though they arrived exactly when they were meant to. At first, many people dismiss these events as coincidences. It is natural to assume that life simply contains random moments that occasionally align in convenient ways. However, when these moments begin to repeat themselves in meaningful patterns, it becomes harder to ignore their significance. The chosen one may start to look back on earlier stages of their life and realize that similar events have happened before. Encounters, opportunities, and insights that once seemed unrelated may suddenly appear connected when viewed from a broader perspective. Another way divine guidance often appears is through intuition. Intuition is often described as a quiet inner awareness that seems to emerge without logical explanation. It does not always provide detailed instructions or complete clarity. Instead, it offers a feeling, a subtle sense that one direction feels right, while another feels uncertain. For many chosen ones, intuition becomes an important form of communication that helps them navigate moments when logic alone cannot provide the answer. This inner guidance can appear in many forms. Sometimes it emerges as a strong feeling that encourages a person to take a particular opportunity, even when the outcome is uncertain. Other times it appears as a gentle warning, suggesting that something may not align with the direction they are meant to follow. These intuitive signals may feel subtle, but over time they often prove to be surprisingly accurate. Many chosen ones later recall moments when they trusted their intuition and found themselves exactly where they needed to be. There are also moments when intuition encourages a person to step outside their comfort zone. It may inspire them to pursue an idea that seems unusual or take a risk that others might avoid. These decisions can feel uncertain in the beginning because they often lead toward paths that have not yet been clearly defined. Yet for many chosen ones, these intuitive choices eventually lead to experiences that shape their growth in meaningful ways. Alongside intuition and patterns, divine guidance often reveals itself through unexpected redirections. These moments can be difficult to understand at first, because they frequently appear as disruptions rather than opportunities. Plans may suddenly collapse. A career path that once seemed stable may change unexpectedly. Relationships may shift in ways that create uncertainty or emotional challenge. In these moments, it can feel as though life is moving in the wrong direction. However, when chosen ones look back on these experiences later, many realize that these redirections were actually guiding them away from paths that were never meant for them. A door that closed may have prevented them from remaining in a situation that would have limited their growth. A challenge that seemed overwhelming may have forced them to develop strengths they did not know they possessed. These experiences can be painful while they are happening, but they often reveal their purpose with time. Divine guidance does not always lead people toward the easiest path. In many cases, it leads them toward the path that will help them grow the most. This growth often requires change, and change can feel uncomfortable or uncertain. Yet through these experiences, the chosen one gradually develops resilience, awareness, and the ability to trust their own inner direction. Another way guidance appears is through the presence of certain people who enter a person's life at the right moment. These individuals may serve as mentors, teachers, friends, or even brief encounters that leave a lasting impression. Sometimes their role is simply to offer a single piece of advice or share a perspective that shifts the way someone sees their situation. Other times they remain present for longer periods, supporting the chosen one during important stages of their journey. These encounters often feel meaningful because they occur at moments when guidance is needed most. A conversation may happen exactly when someone is searching for reassurance. A new relationship may appear during a period of personal transformation. These interactions often feel less like accidents and more like carefully timed moments that encourage growth and reflection. Over time, the chosen one begins to notice that these signs, encounters, and redirections form a pattern that is difficult to dismiss as coincidence. When viewed individually, each moment may seem small or ordinary, but when seen together as part of a larger story, they begin to reveal a deeper structure guiding the journey. This realization often changes the way the chosen one views their life. Instead of seeing their experiences as random events, they begin to see them as part of a process that is gradually unfolding. Each challenge, opportunity, and intuitive moment becomes a piece of a larger puzzle that is slowly revealing its meaning. Recognizing the signs of divine guidance does not mean that every moment will suddenly make sense. There will still be periods of uncertainty and questions that do not yet have answers. However, the chosen one begins to develop a quiet confidence that their path is unfolding with purpose. They begin to trust that even the moments that seem confusing now may eventually reveal their significance. As awareness grows, the chosen one becomes more attentive to the signals that life presents. They become more willing to reflect on their experiences and observe the patterns that appear over time. Through this awareness, they gradually strengthen their ability to recognize when guidance is present. Eventually, many chosen ones come to realize that divine guidance has been present in their lives far longer than they once believed. The signs were always there, quietly appearing through moments of insight, unexpected encounters, and perfectly timed opportunities. The difference is that now they are able to see them clearly. Through this understanding, the chosen one begins to move forward with a deeper sense of trust. They may not always know exactly where the path will lead, but they understand that each step is part of a journey that is gradually guiding them towards something meaningful. And as they continue to notice the signs around them, the presence of that guidance becomes more and more impossible to ignore. One of the most common experiences shared by those who later recognize divine guidance in their lives is the realization that their path has rarely been simple. In many cases, the journey of the chosen one is marked by periods of intense difficulty that seem to appear long before any clear sense of purpose becomes visible. These experiences can be confusing, especially when compared to the lives of others who appear to move forward with fewer obstacles. For the chosen one, life often feels like a series of tests that arrive without explanation, leaving them to search for meaning within circumstances that initially appear unfair or overwhelming. During these early stages of the journey, many chosen ones begin to feel that they are facing challenges that others around them do not fully understand. While friends or family may encourage them to move forward with practical solutions, the chosen one often senses that the struggles they are facing carry a deeper significance. These moments can create a feeling of isolation, as though they are walking through experiences that are difficult to explain to anyone else. Even when surrounded by people who care about them, they may feel that the inner transformation they are going through cannot easily be shared. The challenges themselves can take many forms. Some chosen ones encounter failure at moments when success seems certain. A path they worked toward for years may suddenly collapse, leaving them uncertain about what direction to take next. These moments can feel devastating because they disrupt the plans that once gave their lives structure and meaning. Yet it is often through these moments of failure that a new understanding begins to develop. The chosen one starts to question whether the path they were pursuing truly aligned with who they were meant to become. Loss can also become a powerful teacher along this journey. Losing opportunities, relationships, or expectations about the future can create emotional pain that is difficult to process. In the midst of these experiences, it may feel as though something important has been taken away. Yet over time, many chosen ones come to recognize that these moments of loss force them to reevaluate what truly matters in their lives. Without those experiences, they may never have developed the clarity needed to recognize the deeper direction their life was meant to follow. Another common challenge involves the experience of being misunderstood. Because chosen ones often think deeply about purpose and meaning, their perspective on life may differ from the views held by those around them. They may ask questions that others rarely consider. They may feel drawn toward ideas or goals that seem unusual or unrealistic to people who prefer stability and routine. As a result, they may encounter skepticism or criticism from those who do not share the same sense of curiosity about life's deeper dimensions. These misunderstandings can be difficult, especially when they come from people whose approval once felt important. Friends or family members may encourage them to abandon the path that feels meaningful in favor of something more predictable. In these moments, the chosen one may struggle with doubt, wondering whether they should ignore their inner sense of direction in order to meet the expectations of others. Learning to navigate this tension becomes one of the defining challenges of their journey. At the time these struggles occur, they often feel overwhelming. It can seem as though life is placing obstacle after obstacle in their path. Instead of feeling guided, the chosen one may feel tested in ways that are exhausting both emotionally and mentally. There may be moments when they question whether the effort to keep moving forward is worth the uncertainty that continues to appear. Yet with time and reflection, many chosen ones begin to see these experiences differently. What once appeared as random hardship begins to reveal a deeper purpose. The challenges they faced were not meaningless interruptions. Instead, they were shaping qualities that would later become essential to their journey. Through hardship, they develop resilience. Resilience is not simply the ability to endure difficulty, but the ability to continue growing in the face of it. Each time the chosen one confronts a challenge and learns from it, they become stronger and more adaptable. They begin to understand that setbacks do not define their future. Instead, they become opportunities to build the strength needed to navigate the path ahead. Through uncertainty, they learn patience. Many chosen ones spend long periods of time searching for clarity about their purpose. During these periods, answers may not appear immediately. This lack of certainty can feel frustrating, especially for those who prefer clear direction. Yet patience gradually becomes one of their greatest strengths. They learn that meaningful growth rarely happens instantly. Instead, it unfolds gradually through experiences that reveal their lessons over time. Moments of isolation also play an important role in shaping the chosen one's journey. When they find themselves separated from familiar environments or misunderstood by those around them, they are often forced to rely on their own inner awareness. This solitude can feel uncomfortable at first, but it eventually becomes a powerful space for reflection. In quiet moments, away from constant distraction, they begin to hear their own thoughts more clearly and recognize the intuition that guides their decisions. Through this process, they discover a deeper connection with their inner strength. They realize that their ability to move forward does not depend solely on external approval or validation. Instead, it grows from the understanding that their journey carries meaning, even when others cannot see it. The qualities developed during these difficult periods eventually become essential to the role the chosen one may play in the lives of others. Because they have experienced confusion and uncertainty themselves, they are often able to understand the struggles faced by people around them. They develop empathy that allows them to listen without judgment and offer support based on real experience rather than abstract advice. Wisdom also begins to emerge from these experiences. Wisdom does not appear instantly, but grows slowly as the chosen one reflects on the lessons hidden within their past. They begin to recognize patterns in the way challenges have shaped their perspective. They see how moments that once felt painful eventually contributed to their understanding of life's deeper meaning. Many chosen ones eventually reach a point where they look back on their journey with a new perspective. Experiences that once seemed unfair or unnecessary now appear as important stages of preparation. Each challenge refined their character, strengthened their awareness, and helped them develop qualities that will serve them in the future. This realization does not erase the difficulty of those moments, but it changes the way they are remembered. Instead of viewing their hardships as obstacles that delayed their progress, the chosen one begins to see them as experiences that guided their growth. The failures taught humility and determination. The losses revealed what truly mattered. The misunderstandings encouraged them to trust their own inner direction. Over time, the chosen one begins to understand that the path of divine guidance is rarely designed to be comfortable. It is designed to be transformative. Each challenge plays a role in shaping the person they are becoming. Each obstacle invites them to develop qualities that will eventually allow them to move forward with greater strength and clarity. Through this process, the chosen one gradually becomes someone capable of navigating life with deeper awareness. They learn that the difficulties they once feared were not meant to destroy their progress, but to prepare them for a path that requires resilience, compassion, and wisdom. And when they finally recognize how these experiences have shaped them, they begin to see that the struggles they once wished to avoid were actually guiding them toward the very purpose they were meant to discover. One of the most important lessons on the path of divine guidance is learning to trust the journey, even when the destination is not fully visible. For many chosen ones, this lesson does not come easily. In the early stages of their journey, it is natural to want clarity about where life is heading. People often seek reassurance that their decisions will lead to success, stability, or fulfillment. They want confirmation that the direction they are taking is the correct one. Yet the path of divine guidance rarely reveals itself with complete certainty from the beginning. Instead, the journey tends to unfold gradually, revealing itself one step at a time. This can feel uncomfortable for those who are used to planning every detail of their future. Many chosen ones begin their path believing that if they think carefully enough, work hard enough, or prepare thoroughly enough, they will eventually gain full control over the direction of their lives. However, as their experiences deepen, they slowly realize that the path they are walking does not operate according to predictable patterns. Divine guidance often works through moments that cannot be fully planned or controlled. Opportunities may appear unexpectedly, sometimes when they seem least likely. Situations that once appeared stable may suddenly change, forcing them to adapt in ways they never anticipated. In these moments, the chosen one is often faced with an important decision, whether to resist the uncertainty or to learn how to move forward with trust. Learning to trust the process requires patience, and patience is rarely developed overnight. Many chosen ones experience long periods where answers feel distant and the future appears uncertain. During these times, it may feel as though they are moving forward without clear direction. Yet it is precisely in these moments that the deeper lesson begins to take shape. Instead of demanding immediate clarity about the entire journey, they gradually learn to focus on the next step in front of them. This shift in perspective can be transformative. Rather than becoming overwhelmed by the unknown future, the chosen one begins to concentrate on what can be done in the present moment. They begin to ask a different kind of question. Instead of asking where their entire life will lead, they begin asking what the next meaningful step might be. This change in focus allows them to continue moving forward, even when the larger picture remains incomplete. Trust in the divine path also grows through experience. Over time, chosen ones begin to reflect on the events that shaped their past. They may recall moments when uncertainty once filled their minds with fear or hesitation. At the time, these moments may have felt like obstacles blocking their progress. Yet when viewed from a later perspective, those same experiences often appear very different. Situations that once seemed confusing often reveal themselves as important turning points. A plan that failed may have redirected them toward an opportunity they would never have discovered otherwise. A difficult conversation may have inspired a change in perspective that opened new possibilities. Even moments of disappointment may have created the space needed for something better to emerge. As these realizations accumulate, confidence in the journey begins to grow. The chosen one starts to understand that the path they are walking may contain a logic that is not immediately visible. Events that once appeared random begin to feel interconnected. Experiences that once seemed meaningless begin to reveal their hidden purpose. This growing awareness gradually transforms the way the chosen one approaches the future. Instead of fearing uncertainty, they begin to recognize that uncertainty is often part of the process that allows new possibilities to appear. When the path ahead is not fully defined, it leaves room for experiences that cannot be predicted or controlled. These experiences often lead to growth that would not have been possible within a rigid plan. Another important element of trusting the divine path involves listening carefully to intuition. As chosen ones gain more experience navigating uncertainty, they often discover that their inner awareness becomes an increasingly reliable guide. That quiet voice within them begins to stand out more clearly amid the noise of external expectations and doubts. Intuition does not always provide detailed instructions. Instead, it often offers a sense of alignment that helps guide decisions in moments when logic alone cannot provide certainty. A chosen one may feel a subtle pull toward a new idea, a new opportunity, or a new direction in life. At other times, they may feel an inner resistance toward a path that appears logical but does not feel right on a deeper level. Learning to respect these intuitive signals requires courage. Sometimes following intuition means stepping away from familiar patterns or expectations. It may require leaving behind environments that once felt comfortable or pursuing opportunities that others may not fully understand. Yet for many chosen ones, these intuitive decisions become the moments that lead them closer to the purpose they are meant to discover. Remaining open to new possibilities is also an essential part of trusting the divine path. When people become too attached to a specific outcome, they may overlook opportunities that appear in unexpected forms. The chosen one gradually learns that guidance often arrives in ways that do not match the original plan they had imagined. A conversation may lead to an unexpected idea. A challenge may inspire the development of new strengths. A moment of reflection may reveal a path that was previously invisible. By remaining open to these possibilities, the chosen one allows the journey to unfold in ways that extend beyond their initial expectations. Over time, the process of trusting the path becomes less about controlling every outcome and more about participating in the unfolding of life with awareness and intention. The chosen one continues to make thoughtful decisions, but they also allow space for the unknown. They learn that progress does not always require perfect certainty. Gradually, this understanding builds a deeper sense of confidence. The chosen one begins to see their life not as a series of isolated events, but as a journey shaped by experiences that contribute to a larger purpose. Each challenge, opportunity, and moment of reflection becomes part of a story that is still being written. Even difficult experiences begin to take on new meaning. Instead of viewing them solely as obstacles, the chosen one recognizes that they often contain lessons that support their growth. These lessons help them develop qualities that will serve them in the future, even if their purpose is not immediately obvious. Through this process, the chosen one gradually moves closer to understanding the role they are meant to play in the world. They may not always know the final destination of their journey, but they develop confidence in the direction they are moving. The path becomes less about reaching a specific endpoint and more about becoming the person they are meant to be along the way. By listening to their intuition, remaining open to unexpected possibilities, and trusting the gradual unfolding of their experiences, chosen ones begin to recognize that their journey has always been guiding them towards something meaningful. Each step they take brings them closer to understanding the deeper purpose behind the path they have been walking all along. If you have ever felt that your life has been guided by moments that cannot be fully explained, you may already be walking the path of divine guidance. There are times in life when events unfold in ways that seem too precise to be dismissed as simple coincidence. A conversation appears exactly when you are searching for answers. An unexpected opportunity emerges just when you begin to question your direction. A sudden realization changes the way you understand the journey you have been walking for years. These moments often leave a lasting impression because they feel as though they carry meaning beyond what logic alone can explain. For many chosen ones, the recognition of this guidance does not happen all at once. It develops gradually through reflection and experience. At first, the signs may appear small or easy to overlook. The intuition you feel may seem uncertain, and the challenges you encounter may feel confusing rather than purposeful. Yet as time passes, the pattern begins to reveal itself more clearly. When you look back on the path you have traveled, you may notice how certain moments aligned in ways that slowly shape the direction of your life. The challenges you have faced may have strengthened qualities within you that you did not realize you possessed. The signs you noticed may have encouraged you to question assumptions and explore new possibilities. The intuition you felt may have quietly guided you toward decisions that eventually changed the course of your journey. Each of these experiences becomes part of a larger story that continues to unfold with time. Sometimes the most important step on this path is not trying to understand every detail immediately. Human nature often seeks certainty and clear explanations, but the journey of divine guidance rarely reveals itself in such direct ways. Instead, it asks for patience and trust. It asks you to continue moving forward, even when the destination is not completely visible. Each step you take becomes an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to deepen your awareness of the path you are walking. Trusting this process does not mean ignoring the challenges that appear along the way. Difficult moments will still arise, and there will be times when uncertainty feels overwhelming. Yet even those moments can carry meaning. They often become the experiences that shape your resilience, strengthen your understanding, and prepare you for the role you may eventually play in the lives of others. The path of the chosen one is not always easy, but it is always meaningful. Every experience contributes to the person you are becoming. Each challenge teaches a lesson that adds depth to your perspective. Each sign encourages you to remain aware of the guidance that may be quietly present in your life. Over time, these moments form a journey that is unique to you, a journey that continues to unfold as you move forward. As you continue walking this path, remember that growth often happens in ways that cannot be fully predicted or controlled. The future may not always appear clearly, but the direction you are moving in is shaped by the experiences you have already lived and the choices you continue to make. By remaining open to the lessons around you and trusting the process of your journey, you allow the deeper meaning of your path to reveal itself naturally. If this message spoke to you today, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and subscribe to the channel for more messages meant for the chosen ones.